Louisiana Senator Bill Cassidy. Good morning to you, Senator. So we have entered day 2 of this shutdown. How long do you see this lasting for?
I think it lasts as long as Chuck Schumer thinks it's to his political advantage. Republicans are all about reopening the government. We want it to work. But there's multiple reports that Schumer has been pushed by his fringe left to show resistance to President Trump and to Republicans. And I think that's what's driving this. And so Schumer shutdown, it stops when he feels like he's appeased them and the pain is too much. And then hopefully we can begin to work again for the American people.
Yeah, Senator, during Wednesday's press briefing, Vice President J.D. Vance made it clear the root cause of the shutdown lies squarely with Democrats. Take a listen.
To the American people who are watching, the reason your government is shut down at this very minute is because, despite the fact that the overwhelming majority of congressional Republicans and even a few moderate Democrats supported opening the government, the Chuck Schumer AOC wing of the Democratic Party shut down the government because they said to us, we will open the government, but only if you give billions of dollars of funding for health care for illegal aliens.
Senator, this comes at the same time the Washington Post, of all places, running an editorial saying that Democrats are falling into a budget trap. The New York Times out with polling saying the American people and even Democrats don't want Democrats to shut down the government, yet they're still doing it.
Yes. And by the way, that's why I say there's political considerations. Republicans, some moderate Democrats, want to reopen the government.
Yeah. All
we're asking for is 7 weeks of the current budget to continue to negotiate on things of importance to our country. But I think JD is complimenting, if you will, Schumer by saying the Schumer AOC wing, because the sense is that Schumer has got to prove that he's as liberal as AOC, and so therefore he's willing to sacrifice the interests of the American people in order to prove that he's part of the resistance. That's what's wrong. Let's get back to the table. We can figure something out, but it won't be tomorrow.
Yeah, and everyday Americans are being affected by this. We spoke with Veterans Affairs Secretary Doug Collins Wednesday on how this shutdown might affect veterans. Here's what he had to say.
Folks on the Hill and Democrats in particular like to scare our veterans and talk about how healthcare, we're actually doing so much for our veterans, and those are going to continue. I tell you where it will affect, and this is some interesting parts here because it affects into our folks, is transition program assistance, career counseling, our outreach to veterans, our outreach to state, county, and tribal, working with them.
Yeah, I think people need to realize that what the Democrats are doing here with the shutdown, it's really affecting a lot of people. And as a member of the Veterans Affairs Committee, are you worried about our veterans during this time? What's your response to that?
I absolutely agree with Secretary Collins. You got a book of business you got to do. Okay, and this week you go there, this week you go there, this week you go there. Now, if this week is being lost because of a shutdown, the folks that you're reaching out to, they're put back at the back of the line. And even if they have needs, even if you need to reach out for career counseling, then you're not going to be able to do that until you get back to it. The veterans need not to have their care and service delayed. They need it now. Another consequence, byproduct of the Schumer shutdown.
Yeah, Senator, real quickly, I've seen it reported that some senators were meeting yesterday on the floor trying to negotiate a way out, possibly a 1-month extension of the current budget and a 1-year extension on the Obamacare credits. Is that something that you would support if they brought it to the floor?
I would support. Right now, I think Republicans are being pretty reasonable. Give us 7 weeks to continue our negotiation, and then we can figure out a path forward. Democrats did this 13 times under Joe Biden's presidency. Republicans supported them, knowing sometimes you just need a breathing room to get something done. What's the difference between 4 weeks and seven weeks? Not much. And we could actually come to a deal within 4 weeks. But if you're saying, oh my gosh, you got to do it tomorrow, it just makes it harder. This is just 7 weeks to work out differences. I think what's on the table is pretty reasonable.
Yeah, and plus, if you extend the Obamacare subsidies for 1 year, they're going to campaign for the midterms on continuing them after that and make that their rallying cry. All right, Senator, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.